no time for the gong. Let's just get stuck into it and let's mess about with some tech at the same time for no other reason than there. Right, I distracted myself there, but look, you are supposed to lay, this is the roof, the curved top, so it looks like a roof. You're supposed to lay it down on a carpet with tassels. I have a carpet here, but no tassels. And I don't know where I'm going to lay that out, and it's going to take a couple of hours to get it out of the heap of junk. Well, not junk, the heap of stuff. And you have to do all this. What I am now the proud owner of is, you know, we're talking big business here, a lawn. Needs a bit of help because it took too long to move in, but that's what we're going to do it on. Dark skies permitting. Yeah, right. Apologies for the messy pile of cardboard. We'll also get onto that another day as well. Something else that I suspect is going to be the future. There are a series of these. This is perhaps a third, and they're all in what appeared to be a polythene wrapper. But as I started to unwrap it, the whole thing is sticky. So it's like a colossal sheet of sellotape, which is actually, you know, yeah, I see that as the future. But also, what a horrible noise. Come back to this. It also has the part identity lettering, in this case, could be numbers, on each individual part. So you've got a nice big bit of sprue there holding all these on, but they come with their number, and they are actually laid out in order. So as you pull the top end of the giant sellotape sheet apart, you get part number 1, followed by 2, and so on. That's a really nice piece of straightforward, simple organisation. If only some model companies could do the same. There are spots of rain coming, and I've just got the two parts of the roof together, and I'm afraid many a model company should hang its head in heads in shame, because this just clipped together so simply. This is the central seam, and there are the little clips. I know it's big, I know it's a bit rough and ready in some ways, but it works. Can't say that for everybody, can you? An interesting little thing worth mentioning, should anybody be wanting to do one of these or whatever. Usually if I am dealing with a stretch like this, and it's worked on this box so far, I'll sort of put that screw in first, and then that screw in next, and then that one, and work my way along, because it tends to balance things out, shall we say. But actually this works the other way round. All of these two parts are plastic, as you probably noticed, but this strengthening rib is metal. I don't think that really matters, but and when I put the first screw in, having forgotten to put those washers in, there's a laugh, I put it in, looked at this end here and thought, oh, it doesn't line up really quite badly. There's our first big disaster. So I couldn't put those in because they didn't line up, and I thought, well, that'll probably be alright. Put those two in, it starts tightening up. Put those two in, it tightens up much more, to the point where you can finally get those in. So that's quite nice. That worked. That was a pleasure, a surprising pleasure to do. It shows how I'm used to things going wrong, doesn't it? I suspect the worst. This has gone really well so far, apart from the fact that I forgot to put those in. Why do I need those? Better go back and do it. And thus we come to the fitting of the roof. You've got to slot the kind of piston run hydraulic lever through the gap in the arch, attach the hinge and the other arm. The roof proper, got to slot the piston arms through a slot, that's why you slot them through I suppose, attach a hinge at the centre at the back to those bits, and then slot another piston arm through the other slot. Good job I hadn't noticed that. It needs 2 people to do it. I did it on my own. And if anybody's thinking of doing this, I wouldn't advise it. Particularly not in high winds. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop there. It was hell. I hadn't realised. But I'm on my own right now. Nobody else here, so there we go. I think I'm nearly done. Got to put some hooks in and that's it, I think. Check all the parts afterwards. Like many plastic kits, you often have a basic model which can then be turned into other versions or variants by the addition of other parts, thus leaving some bits and pieces slightly anomalous. And here I think we have an example. That didn't make any sense at all, but it sounded fantastic if there hadn't been so many ums and ahs. We have these, let me show you, these, and they go in those holes, which makes me think those holes are for something else, because we wouldn't need to fill them with those, would we? So, and then it's done. Goodness me. I reckon I started this about 11 o'clock and it's 1:30 now. That's not bad. Got some hooks. Ideally, they say it's for putting your wheelie bins in, but I'm going to be putting excess junk in there while I work out whether I need to throw it away, flog it or use it. So I'll put the hooks in because they'll be handy. I just don't need the chains to pull the bin lids up. So let's get pushing those funny things in.